about to experience Erin's first sip of coffee.
Do I look awake today? I don't feel it. Do you know what's a good thing about this? Is that when we are sleepy, I'm just going to be real, we're tired today. When we are sleepy, the videos get really entertaining. So you are in for a treat. Welcome in.
Give us a thumbs up if you feel like you've had a crazy week this morning and we don't do this. We shut off our alarm 6 times in order to make it here and show up for you guys today.
Dennis,
happy
Donna,
belated
Toby,
Dennis' birthday.
Vanessa, Christy. Okay, but really this is the first sip. We're gonna, Sarit made it. Thank you. We're
You're
gonna
welcome.
see how this goes.
You guys, okay, so on the tangent of waking up when you're really tired. Let's say if you wake up when you're really tired and you're on a time crunch and you know that some things in your routine have to slide by. What is the first thing that you will have to do? Or that you would want to do? First thing that I did is brewed some coffee. I ran to the kitchen and brewed some coffee.
This is normally how it goes. I'm going to share a little bit of our morning routine with you. Wake up, brush teeth. Sarit and I do it in different orders. Brush teeth, stretch, meditate, coffee. And then
Wait, no, there's more than that.
Oh, there is more than that. There's gratitude, but coffee kind of happens at the same time for me.
There is
dishes.
unloading the dishwasher. I have a thing with dishes. If I ever see dishes around, I can't.
I still had to do them this morning because I did it.
I know. Today I didn't do it. And I was like, you're going to have to give up some things. Water plants.
Water the plants.
Gratitude. And then sit in front of the computer.
And we went to get out
Drink
of bed.
coffee, go pee.
Brew coffee. I put the dishes away. Get dressed in front of the computer.
Please say you stretch naked. Depending on the temperature. It's been cold out, V. I've been stretching with my hoodie. But no bra on. If you want to keep it real. Good morning, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about the purpose of a cheat meal. I think this is going to be a very interesting, useful, entertaining topic, to say the least. But first, we're going to begin with a question. If you could eat one thing for the rest of your life and not gain any weight from it, what would it be? Type it below. I want to know, what would it be?
How about I try to guess yours and you try to guess mine?
I already know what yours is.
Well, I told you what mine was from 10 years ago.
Okay.
All
right.
I would say for you, you already eat peanut butter, so it's not like chocolate.
That is such a broad, word.
Chocolate. Chocolate's like chocolate candy.
What kind?
I'm not talking about chocolate donut or chocolate cereal or chocolate anything. I'm talking about actual candy that is of the chocolate.
Just chocolate? You're wrong.
Okay, what is it?
It's a variety of things.
Well, then you're wrong. You can't choose all the things. You said one thing.
True. But I like to have little things in one thing. You know that.
I do. That's why I had a hard time answering that. I was like, how could I narrow it down to one? But you can't narrow it down
all
to
right,
one.
All
so
right.
fair.
I know what it would be then.
What would it be? What would it be?
It would be Nutella gelato, hands down. That way I get ice cream and that way I get Nutella at the same time.
I was not expecting that.
How about, okay, I know what yours is.
What?
Ice cream.
It's totally ice cream.
Which kind though?
Oh, if I could only choose one kind.
Yeah.
Oh shit, chocolate peanut butter.
Oh, I was gonna say Moose Tracks. It's got so many things.
Chocolate peanut butter, so good. You'll get tired of any one thing if you just eat it all the time, though. I feel like.
No, nobody said you're gonna eat it all the time. The question is, if you could eat one thing for the rest of your life and not gain weight,
I would eat it all the time.
All right.
Would I remain healthy too? Because that's a
Look,
side question.
if okay, I want to hear Christy cheese. Christy, but what kind? Or is it all the kinds? Is it like a bite of this, a bite
Jeanette,
of that?
thanks for jumping in for the couple minutes you have.
Jeanette, great to see you, Mama. Hope week 1 went well for you.
Okay,
Kobe and nachos.
Kobe and Christy have a cheese thing going on.
Donna, cupcakes, all types. I'm gonna go hang out with Donna. Sarit Reese's
Erin
ice cream.
That's funny.
You can put
Great
the Reese's
guesses.
on my Nutella gelato.
You can put the Reese's also on my ice cream.
Chocolate anything, but yes, I agree. Aaron Dennis, my cake had Nutella, buttercream, icing. Oh my God. Where was it from, Dennis?
All the kinds.
Jason, if you could eat one food for the rest of your life and not gain any weight from it, what would it be? Melinda, you too. We want to hear your responses.
Pizza, cheese, and carbs.
Pizza, cheese.
This is the cheese group.
Wow, you made it? That's amazing.
I saw his post. The second one
didn't.
looked way better. The first one was a hot mess.
Kelly, if you could eat one food for the rest of your life and not gain any weight from it, what would it be? Jason, lasagna, spoken like a true Italiano.
Lasagna.
Oh my gosh. So, Jason and Vanessa and Christy are going to hang out together.
And eat
Donna
pizza and
and
cheese.
I and Dennis are going to get so sugar high, it's crazy.
I'll be by myself with ice cream.
And then
in the corner.
and Kobe will be in Tijuana eating nachos. This is amazing, you guys. Oh wait, Jeanette's gonna be on our group. Wait, Angel hair pasta with eggplant parmesan. That's so funny. I can spot out you Jersey people like that. And Vanessa, Vanessa, aren't you a Filipino? It doesn't matter. You can love whatever you can love, anyways. I don't know where I'm going with that. So, Keegan, happy belated birthday to you too, brother.
Jason, I'm not giving her back. She's in Cali.
Keegan, if you could eat one food for the rest of your life and not gain any weight from it, what would it be? Jason, I say, why don't you come visit California? I'll take you out to a nice lasagna and then maybe we can have a margarita if you're down.
And Nutella gelato.
Oh, El Salvador. I don't know why. As we told you guys, today's gonna be a funky one.
I also love cheese.
Okay, Christy and Kelly can hang out together and then play beach volleyball too. Anyway,
she would ask for cheese for Christmas.
This is amazing. Okay, you guys, so the purpose of a cheat meal, we just wanted to start this conversation on a very fun and funny note and get to know you a little bit better. Now I know what to get you guys for the holidays or your birthday.
I'm sending cheese to everyone.
But here's the thing about cheat meal. So, cheat meal is actually an intentional act, but
it should be.
Right. The purpose of it is to eat with an intention, and we'll talk about the intention in just a second, okay? But the reality is that cheat meals nowadays are no longer intentional. They're self-sabotaging, and that should not be the purpose of it. So now I want you to ask yourself real quick, if you ever cheat on your diet, right? Do you do it with intention or without intention? Now, if you do, then you're on the right track. But I bet you that unless you're Jason or Keegan, maybe Dennis, your goals are not really aligned with bulking. Now, I'm not just trying to like make an assumption or anything. Yes, you could be on like a weight loss or shredding track and still manipulate cheat meals, but I want you to learn how to do this in order to make it work for you, not against you, because what I see happening is that cheat meals are only making gym goers who are especially females and who work so hard throughout the week sabotage all their goals, and though they're working hard for literally years on end, they're not seeing any results. The purpose of a cheat meal is to fast track your results. Get that? Now, if you're not seeing the results that you want, then that means that you're not manipulating cheat meal correctly, and you're actually cheating on your diet without an intention when it was created in order to really help to boost your metabolism. So cheat meals got started back in the Arnold era, so classic bodybuilding, right? Back in the Arnold era. These guys, I mean, for competition, they got huge, like literally years of hard work. And yes, though there might be some performance enhancing drugs, you can't just get big from performance enhancing drugs.
You still have to work your ass off.
It's insane hard work day in and day out for years in order to get to that size and then look that lean. Okay. But in order to get very, very big and look very, very lean, this takes a lot of work, a lot of discipline, and also
a lot of time, a lot of practice.
Yeah, and science. There's a lot of science that goes into it. But check this out. So when you're in a bulking phase, I mean, you don't really need to have... Yes, you have a cheat meal, but you wouldn't really call it a cheat meal because you have it on a more regular basis, because the intention is to be on a caloric surplus, right? But as you're starting to lean out, every once in a while you will have a prescribed cheat meal depending on how you're doing, depending on your goals, because when you're cutting, and for any woman or any dude right here who's tried to lose weight in the past, I want you to answer this question. When you've been on your weight loss journey, do you feel like the first 5 pounds were super easy to drop and then something happened and things started slowing down a little bit? Give me a yes comment or a smiley face if that happened for you. Now, this is natural, and this is what happens to our body. Our bodies are, we say this, we even talked about it in yesterday's episode, our bodies are meant to adapt. Because for thousands of years, we were literally in survival mode, right? So our bodies are very good at adapting because that's what helps us to survive. Our bodies are extremely resilient.
And smart.
Right.
They catch on.
So when you get yourself on a caloric deficit, okay, within a couple of weeks, what you'll notice is that your body will get used to it. And then
your metabolism actually slows down with the decrease in food. So you can stay alive. It doesn't want to burn as many calories because you're not giving it as many calories. This is survival.
Yeah. So things start slowing down a bit, and then your weight loss stalls. And that is why it is super important to, number one, have an effective training program, and number two, be on a good nutrition program. For any of you guys who are in the room who have worked with us at least once, the one question that we hear most often when I walk you through your program is, I can't believe I'm getting to eat that much food. Agree or disagree? Christy, Vanessa, Dennis, right? That is because it is the most important thing while you're cutting weight and fat is to keep your metabolism up, because the easiest thing to do while you're cutting weight is to drop down your metabolism. And now, just so you know, when these guys are literally starting to drop down in weight, they're like, they have to drop an extreme amount and they don't have a lot of time. Okay? But in order to do that, depending on how far they are from their goal and whatnot, every once in a while, if they see that they stall, they have literally a prescribed cheat meal, which is a pretty absurd, in order to boost their metabolism. And
you're talking about like bodybuilders who have to get to an extremely low body fat percentage. They don't necessarily need to lose a lot of weight, right? They just need to get.
Depends on between bulk and cutting phase and how far they are.
Sure, it could be like 20 pounds, but they have to get to, like, men like 2 or 3% body fat, and women like 10, 11 maybe. So it's extreme. So it's, your body will fight you when you get that low.
Yeah. So, Kobe, shoot me a message later. We can talk about what's going on with you on a personal basis. But you guys, you know that you don't need to be a dude in order to be a cheat meal. In order to have a cheat meal, and you don't need to be bulking or cutting in order to have a cheat meal. Okay?
And if you're a lesbian, a dude is never a cheat meal.
Oh my gosh, that's so inappropriate. But so real.
But somebody's gonna laugh. I know it. Vanessa, Chris, where are my people at? Tia, where are you? Teresa, where are you?
Teresa is busy hustling. Okay, Stephen is for sure gonna laugh about it. Good morning, Stephen. So the question is, do you need to be a dude, and do you need to be bulking and cutting in order to have a cheat meal? The answer is no. What I like to do with my clients is, whenever they achieve a benchmark, is I tell them to just go celebrate. And basically, in retrospect, that is a prescribed cheat meal. That is a cheat meal with an intention, because number one, if you've hit some sort of benchmark, then that means that your body needs to reset in order to restart and move and fast track forward. And number two, like we talked about yesterday, when you celebrate your wins, it gives you a reason to stay on track and not sabotage yourself. Okay? So, the question is, should I be having a cheat meal this weekend, yes or no? Now, it depends on your goals, right? If you're trying to lose weight, if you've been trying to lose weight for quite some time and things have not been working out for you, the first thing I will always tell you is, good morning, Brian, look at your consistency, right? Consistency is really the name of the game when it comes to anything that drives results. Now, if you really look deep down yourself and you know that you've had a list of things that you had to be consistent with, and you've been consistent with, and nothing showed, like nothing changed, then I would recommend seek out to somebody that you know and trust, who knows more about nutrition than you do, hopefully a nutrition coach, so that you can get an honest feedback about what's going on full spectrum. Now, the reason why I like to talk about this on a Friday is because I feel like throughout the weekend we have a lot of, I call it like the Bermuda Triangle calories. I feel like on the weekends there's a lot of calories that kind of like disappear from your brain because that don't get accounted for. And then sometimes you might feel like you've earned your cheat meal when the reality is that you haven't. Yes, during the weekend you should definitely practice more balance, if that's what helps you to, loosen up and reset and feel more recharged for the week. But the reality is that so many people sabotage their goals throughout the weekend by doing that, which is why it is really important to set yourself with guidelines throughout the weekend that you can really stick to. Okay? And if you know that you're being consistent throughout the week and that you're consistent with your guidelines that are helping you to move forward throughout the weekend, then maybe every once in a while a cheat meal will be a very beneficial thing for you. I would always recommend is once you've hit a benchmark, because that way you're correlating it with a celebration, with something that you've earned, rather than, oh, it's Sunday treat day. Like I used to do that for years. And then I basically plateaued for years and years and years. And I wondered why. Well, because I wasn't really eating anything during the week. And then on the weekend, I ate tubs of peanut butter and I had a couple of drinks. I was never really a big drinker. And, donuts and that sort of thing. But yes, hard work pays off, but you also need to be very calculated with the way that you approach, the way that you celebrate your wins, or the way that you approach your weekends. Okay? So I want to read some comments. In the meantime, if you have any questions about this, please go ahead and ask. There is a lot that has to be said about cheat meal, and there's a lot of science that goes into it. I'm not going into it with a lot of detail because when it comes to those things, it's a very case-by-case basis. So I'm not going to give you any generalizations because there's no generalizations that need to be given other than be consistent with anything that you do. And on your weekends, you must have some kind of guidelines because otherwise it's a free-for-all Bermuda Triangle calorie black hole. Okay?
Can I say something before we go through the comments?
Yeah.
So any of the Instagram, for anybody who follows me, all of the very long, like thought out, helpful posts that I make, I try to write in advance. And I actually wrote one that is for later this month that is exactly about this in a little like snippet. So I want to read it to you so you get, when you see it on my Instagram, you don't even have to read it again. So this is about the cheat meal from my perspective that kind of puts it all in a nutshell. First of all, I prefer to call it a treat meal because if it's planned, it's not cheating. Glad we got that out of the way. My question for you is, did you earn your fun meal? Meaning, did you reach your action goals throughout the week in regards to fitness and nutrition? Because I see people posting about cheat meals who don't need to be having a cheat meal based off of their goals and where they're currently at. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely a cheat if you didn't earn it. Let me say this, there are a lot of good reasons to give yourself a treat meal. Mental sanity, something to look forward to, something to keep you on track during the week, to reset or boost your metabolism and replenish your energy stores for the week to come. How do you know if you've earned it? 1, you just know. Your intuition will tell you. 2, if you feel bad about whatever you're eating, you probably didn't earn it. You should feel good about it. 3, if you follow your plan exactly throughout the week, the goals that you set for yourself, then by all means, treat yourself. But if you're making exceptions to your diet or skipping workouts throughout the week, you did not earn that meal. If you have weight loss goals, stop cheating and start treating. That's that. Yeah. So in a nutshell, earn your treat meal, plan it. And if you're making exceptions and skipping things throughout the week, you didn't earn it. Mm-hmm. So it helps also as an accountability tool to keep you on track throughout the week. But like Sarit said, don't make it a free-for-all. You still need to have guidelines for that meal or for the weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, it's just sabotage.
Yeah, or like, when you see The Rock posting like literally crazy
stacks
cheat meals,
pancakes,
which I love. He needs that. He needs that because the guy is so on point with everything that he does all day, every day. I mean, in order to be this successful in life and so balanced, like so successful in such a balanced way, there is an intention behind everything that he does, and there is an intention behind his cheat meal. Now, I feel like a lot of fitness personas or fitness influencers now, there's two things going on in social media. Number one is a lot of fitness influencers are actually not coaches. So they just look great, but they don't really know what the fuck they're doing, just being honest. Now, number two is that one photo does not tell you anything about somebody's habits and lives. So that's number two. But the reality is that when you have a big following and you post a photo of yourself saying cheat meal and like with some cool food, it makes anybody thinks that if they relate to you in one way, shape, or form because you made it to the gym today, then you need to have a cheat meal on a Sunday too. Or that is not the case.
Or if that person is that fit and they're eating that, then I'll get that fit eating that. There's a lot of stories you can make up and assumptions that you can make from one picture. So just take everything with a grain of salt. Just do you. Don't focus on what anybody else is doing because they are them and you are you.
Yep, for sure. All right, questions. What you're saying is so true because I feel like last weekend was a disaster in relation to food intake, but I'm actually down a pound this week. Yeah, every once in a while because it shocks your system.
Yeah. So true. I'm on a reboot, so working on getting back on track. No cheat meal for me. I fall back into my good habits. I don't like to include cheat meal unless I have found my groove. Vanessa, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, yes. There are people having cheat meals that don't deserve to be having cheat meals because you haven't earned them. If you have, let's say you weigh 300 pounds and you want to lose 100, you don't need a cheat meal. There's no reason for a cheat meal. Now, to treat yourself for your own like mental sanity and to enjoy the things that we have in life, yeah, but your regimen actually doesn't need to be so strict to where you would feel like you need a cheat meal because you're still satisfied with what you're having throughout the week. So exactly, like getting back into the groove, because then you don't feel bad when you eat something that's, I don't want to call it bad, but you don't feel bad when you eat something that's outside of what you know is going to help you towards your goals.
Vanessa, I'm curious to see where it is that you're at. I noticed that so we're running a transformation program and Vanessa is in it. Just a quick backstory so everybody understands. But Vanessa, I haven't seen you much on the coaching calls. I would really love for you to engage more in the group so we kind of know what's going on with you so that we can hold you more accountable to it, just because you know how much I love you and I want your success. So you guys, remember, have an amazing weekend. Do everything with an intention. Eat with a purpose, whether it's a salad or a donut. Everything that you put in your mouth must have a purpose. And if it does not, then there is a lot of things that we need to talk about, which is why we're here and which is why we show up every single morning, even on mornings when we're extremely tired and have a hard time making it. We show up because we love you and we want to help you. And we also love this community. You guys, if you found today's episode useful, do us a favor.
Or entertaining
or fun, do us a favor and click the share button so that hopefully your friends with time will be able to jump on it too and be a part of this community. We're on a mission to transform the lives of millions through the same movement, nutrition, and lifestyle habits that have transformed ours. And we know that the things that we talk about here are literally not talked about on Facebook, anywhere else on that frequency, in that depth, and honesty.
And I would say, when you think of Espresso with Sarit, when you think of this show, and you think of who would benefit from it, whoever the first person is that comes to your mind, click the share button on this video and just post it on their wall or your wall and tag them. Because there are millions of people that this can help, but we can only reach so many people on our own. We are only 2 people, and so we need your help. So if you guys love it, if you enjoy it, think of that one person, post this video on your wall and tag them in it and encourage other people to learn and grow and be better. And then also just add to the community because it benefits you as well. The more people we have here, the more support you have.
And also the better results you get. Every week we do give away a coaching call to the person who shared the videos the most times. So we want to help you as a symbol of gratitude for helping us to spread the word.
We love you guys.
Have an amazing weekend. We will see you on a Monday, bright and early. Get some rest, eat those donuts. But remember, for every action, there is a reaction. So if you cheat with an intention. Have a beautiful weekend and a very happy Friday.
See ya.